But we need to be honest. It says we are dealing with a natural product. We are talking about freshness. So yes, we do need to do, and there is no one, and I'm happy for that, because as soon there is a roaster which will, you just press, even you don't need to press, it will grab it from your bag, put it in, you know, start, and even one day you don't need to be there, it will already do the farming process, pick the right, it doesn't really, I mean it was, then we would be really, this beautiful community, you know, I'm coming all the way from like, you know, from north of Europe, and coming, and this very simple scene from the consumers, like, hey, can I have a simple coffee or a normal coffee? So many people are involved in that and working with all their passion and with their love and with, like, you know, with their, they don't love it, they live it. So thanks God there is nothing like that, and we still need to be involved, because otherwise we won't be existing. I would be jobless most probably, because I don't want to do anything else in my life actually. But it is very Stevie, for you it is what is important. Every harvest it will be different, and every batch of your process, I mean coffee, will be different. So all what you need to do is very simple. Let me, while I'm talking, so I can finish it, because otherwise we will do the cupping at 1 o'clock in the night. Okay, so that's that one. So all you need to do, you got it, 100 grams, make sure. You can do also with this one, it is more or less 100 grams, but we are talking about being prestigious. I am seeing farmers, before they pick the cherries, they pick a cherry, measure the sugar content, and then they decide, okay, this is the color we're gonna pick. They do some samples with the sugar with Brixmeter, and then they start. So we become more prestigious. 10 years ago, when Regine, or 20 or 50 years ago, I don't know when you started coffee, how did you start? It was like, what is your recipe? 1 to 2, 1 to 3. Now we are talking about like, hey, 18.5 in and 37.9 out. So we are getting more prestigious when we are talking about our recipe. But the thing is, that's the beautiful thing. There, I don't believe that there will be, and I hope there will be no machines, because we're all gonna be jobless, you know. We're all gonna be doing something else what we hate to do most probably. But the thing is, the human needs to be involved in that, because it's a natural product. And all we need to do is develop our skills. There are so many trainers, there are so many people who wants to share their knowledge. And all we need to do is put it in. And then for Stevie, to make it very simple, we start play. We hear it started, it's a machine. And then just listen. I mean, when you need to listen is like about when it's 200, 201. But you can, to be honest, you can make a profile. You press, it will stop every, let's say, if the first crack is happening at 6 minutes 10. And you have a 50 seconds of development time. Let's say 7 minutes you want to stop. It will stop by himself as well. You don't need to do anything. But the problem will be, which is, you are not going to be fair to your coffee samples, because one is natural, one is washed, have a different moisture content maybe, a different density maybe. So this will crack at 2 minutes, let's say at 201 minutes, and this will crack at 210. And you wanna, when you compare it, you wanna make everything same. You wanna make sure this one has 12% development, and this one has 12% development. And for that, while you're checking WhatsApp, Instagram, you know, what I do while I'm on Tinder, Bumble, like, so that's it, oh, okay, tack, and then it's finished. That's how it works. I wish it was different. This is a natural product, and every day it will be different. Any questions? Just kidding.
When you're making the program, is for both Android and iPhone, like you will consider the Android guys and the iPhone, like as we are comparing, the Ikawa, you can't use it on the Android.
Yes, you can.
Yeah. You can.
So both, either way, my point is you can use on
iOS, but on
Android.
Mac,
Yeah.
not on your iPhone.
On the phone, I'm talking about the phone. So
not yet.
Not yet.
If it will come out, I don't know. If I would say yes, I could be a politician very good, but no, I'm not.
Yeah.
You can do it on your Mac or on your Windows, Android. The thing is, like, it is a serious thing, so you want to have control about it. And on a bigger screen, you can adjust and see exactly more. So I was never ever able to, with my big fingers, able to do adjustment on Ikawa on the app. I always have to go on a Mac or on a Windows and then do my adjustment because I want to zoom out, go to the left and see there and there and there and then change differences. But the thing is, like, you will not be changing every minute. It's also a serious thing what you are doing here. I prefer to do it, but in the future they might have also an iPhone app. But you don't need. If you have your profile, you just send it from your laptop, from your Mac to your sample roster, and then you have it already saved on your sample roster. You just choose your sample roster and the profile. You just press on play. I mean, price, performance, when you compare it, I mean, I guess there is not much. What another like Ikawa can do too. The only experience what I am missing is, I don't know if it is really, if I want to pay the 3 times the price, when you press, it dispense in another glass. Switching. And the other thing is now you have it on your app, you can follow it. That's another thing which will be also for the Kaffelogic. You will be able to come. It's just like that.
So the last one. Like he asked about the AI, artisan and cropster. The profile, the way you said it's transferable, right? So correct me if I'm wrong. It's much preferable to create profiles or samples and copying profiles from this Kaffelogic and use that to transfer to the big machine.
Compare it.
Yeah, exactly.
The best is actually you decide it. So
rather than
best is like there is a recommended one. But if you used to have a certain standard, you want to keep it, you might keep it. But this standard is not from a Kaffelogic, roasted on a Kaffelogic. So it is a roast profile of another sample roaster. They have a recommended one, which is from Kaffelogic, has been tried by many coffee professionals, and they approve it.
My point is, assuming the consumer now, like us, for example, if I want to start, I don't have a sampler, roast sampler. I use my machine. I create my own profile from the cropster. So this is the first time I'm buying a sample roaster.
Yeah.
So the idea is I'd rather create profiles from the Kaffelogic rather than taking profiles from Ikawa Roast and the other Bullet, putting them in Kaffelogic and start afresh, right?
It is, I mean, try it. I would say, I would go for the recommended one because this is not a profile. Oh, let's make a cupping profile. Okay, save it. Okay, hey guys, we are selling. No, there are like guys, I mean, really, which are for me an inspiration. Has been always an inspiration, like the Swedish guy, the Swedish coffee guy, Matt. John Gordon, I was always like like watching him at the World Barista Championship or Brewers Cup, like wow, you know, the passion, the knowledge what he has. So many people they have been involved in that. But the thing is like it works best for you. And what works for you? How do you decide? So how do you dial in your espresso, for example? I do always, if it is a really high-end specialty, I'm talking about like competition law, I do 20 in, 40 out, and then I decide where I want to go. This is my cupping profile. And if it is a specialty coffee, I do 18 in and get 40 out, 42 out. This is what works for me. But of course, I would definitely recommend to start with the cupping profile of this. In case you don't like something, try the Ikawa one, try the Kopster one, try the one from whatever, James Hoffman, you know, try it because it is, everybody has a different point of view. If I'm telling you what do you see Regine from one side, her arm is getting like tired, and I see here she's smiling at me, I see her phone, you know. We have different kind of perspectives. In Turkey they say yiğit is like a how do you say, a brave man, okay? Every brave man has a different style of eating yogurt. So we all have different, but if you want to stack, so you need to do a collaboration with your team, with your friends, with your colleagues, so you are all in the same line. Any other question?
I understand that you're going to be using it quite some time. So, what parts do you clean? What parts don't you clean on the samples?
You just clean actually your batch with a simple microfiber or with a brush. That's all. That's the good thing because by the way, I mean with the Ikawa, this is the thing. You have a tube where the coffee is roasted and then goes and dispenses. So this is the place wherever the coffee is in touch, you need to clean it. The disadvantage, which is not dispensing, is actually an advantage. You just need to clean actually the batch, the drum. That's all. Any other questions?
Okay, maybe I found when you've already explained. What method of roasting does it use? It is like a fluid bed or?
It's a hot air.
Hot air.
Hot air roaster.
Thank you.
What is it called? Tam? Is it tam?
Sorry?
Tamar.
Hot air.
Tamar.
I mean, the other thing is, like, as I said, I have been trying many different coffees, ready to drink. And you really, it depends on your coffee, you know, how the density is and how it is like getting stressed and building up the carbon dioxide. In every coffee it's different. But I had like 5 days roasting and I was at the World Barista Championship. And once at the qualification I worked it up a little bit, so it was a fresh coffee and I used it and I was in the finals. So the carbon dioxide build on the bean is lower than what you do in a drum. As I said, like there is a nice, you just read it on a Kaffelogic, you have it here. It has also a nice like good explanation with the roast profile. And here it says very simply, in a drum roasting we have an amount of latent energy built up reacting on the bean. So with the air roaster you have a less. And the reason is for that, the goal is here, I mean actually it does minimize the conductivity but to maximize, I mean the convection energy is still there. And this one, for example, I forgot to stop, for example, the development. But it stopped exactly like the previous one. So this is what he does. And the first crack, I do recommend, I want to have a control. I'm not that like regime a control freak, but I'm getting closer as every year. So I want to have 100% control, so I want to hear the first crack. More or less, at least. At least I want to decide, you know. I can't blame the machine because it is just a machine. It does very simple things.
Someone lost yes. You can just do it. You can just do it. But drum lost
and the nice thing of this, thanks to my friend, he was hosting for the Barista Championship on a Kaffelogic, and then as he was taking the chaff like that out, he said like, hey, wait, why can I not use the coffee chaff as an ingredient for my signature drink? And it worked out. So it's like almost, zero waste. So you can see here, I'll just give it like that. If you want, you can press it, you can taste it, you can just take one piece. You might see different colors. The reason is not that it is inconsistent. One of the reasons is the sugar content of the beans. And the sizes, of course. Because it is like when you have a, let's say we are making chicken on the pan, you cut pieces like that, and then you cut pieces like that, and you cook it on the same pan. So the energy you apply is same, but the energy the pieces are receiving is different. The bigger pieces, they need more energy and more time. So I got two last pages. Will take about, like, let's say 20 minutes with cooling down and everything. And then we will give a break. And then we're gonna prepare the cubbing and then start cubbing. And after that, we will do, in case I'm sure you ever have heard about already, I'll be talking about, like, Pakvest, give you some information about that if you have any questions, so you can already think about that. I don't know if you have realized, but at the World Barista Championship, or it used to be like very simple, espresso machine, grinder, barista, coffee, and water. But nowadays, in my opinion, a puck press is like mandatory to have it. And there are some reasons, in my opinion, and I will be talking about that and telling you a little bit about that. So in case you are interested, please stay. And then later on, we can do a QA station. I don't know what you want to ask, but in case you want to ask something, like, ask me anything you want to know. And if you have also something to tell in your experience, please do that, because we might learn from each other.
So, I have a question.
Yes.
From Musaba online, and he say, does he decide of the first crack?
Sorry?
Does the machine? Yes. Does the machine, I think, decide of the first crack?
It comes, as I have been telling this already a few minutes ago. There is a difference in the density, in the sugar content. So we don't know when the coffee is going to achieve the first crack. So that's why it is very, very difficult to say that it's very difficult to let the machine decide when it's the first crack. It's very simple. You just hear the click, click, the popcorn, and then you just lock it in. But if you don't lock in, it will just roast it to a certain minute as you have set it up, and it will stop by himself and get to the cooling.
Okay, thank you.
difficult to make it growing the bean.
And guys, I'm very happy to see actually like the coffee community coming together. That's something what I get spoiled by the Dutch specialty coffee community, which is very, very close to each other. Unfortunately, in Berlin, I have it a little less. And so to see the whole Nairobi, I'm a part of the Nairobi coffee community, so I really appreciate.
As a Somali.
And Somalian. So he came all the way from Somalia. Not for that.
It's 1 hour.
Bedan coffee.
I was like, as I don't know where we are now and how far it is, it's 1 hour.
Yes, yes.
Highway. I'm joking.
So I would like to have voilà, a question.
What kind of technical
How much it is, eh?
What kind of technical support do I get from Kaffelogic if I buy that machine?
Again, so how much it costs? It's like, in Europe it is 1150, 200 ish.
I can answer a little bit. So what we're going to do, what I'm planning to do, is have the machine with all the new equipment, because I don't want people to buy a machine and every time that they need one part like the booster or the new shaft, they have to pay an extra. So when the machine comes here, it will be with all the extra, you buy it complete with the extra and you have nothing else to buy. That is a full machine in a box done. So like this will be much more affordable. You don't need to spend much more for something else. And once we know this, we hope, I'm crossing my fingers, but I don't know. So when everything, you have all the elements, it will be around 2,500 euros, which is already more than $2,000 less than a Ikara. Yeah, exactly. And for all the technical support, we're still working with Kaffelogic, but it's 1 year warranty. Yes. So by end of February, people will know for the pre-order and the arrival to have their machines. So it's just pre-ordering only what people want, because otherwise it makes the whole thing too expensive. Yes. Thank you. So there's many people today here, and it's really good to see the community. Hello, Lynette. All here. And it's good also to see young farmer. Yeah. I think he's the only farmer who make electronic music with coffee plant.
Really? Oh my God.
Real, for
in
real.
Berlin, you're gonna be like.
I told him. He goes to
crazy.
Berkan, he can do parties over there. So, and we have many people. We have a lot of roasters. We have some baristas who are going to Germany. We have some people who make absolutely amazing coffee boxes, Terrani Mocha. They are the Terrani Mocha. Yes. Yeah.
I mean, why don't we just do a small?
No, we're going.
introducing prize?
Yeah, no, we need to, because we're going to do another one, and after we're going to prepare the cupping. Bedan. So the people from Somalia, some people went from Bahrain, all the way from Bahrain. This one went to Kuwait, Saudi, whatsoever. Another one from Kuwait. This one, he has a second home in Kuwait. Seoul? If I remember?
Yeah.
Yes. Totally international crowd today. It's absolutely amazing. We have two Nigerian, yeah, over there.
My favorite song is in
Yeah, Kenyan Nigerian.
Oh.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
So there's many of you that I haven't seen forever. So I'm going. Oh, and then I don't know you.
I'm also Kenyan.
So, but because I don't know you, we're going to start with
Actually,
you.
we are new in Victor. Actually, completely new.
Ah, you completely new.
Because she's here with me. That's
Ah, Lynette drag you here.
Yeah.
Asante Lynette. So Lynette is also a roaster. She has been trained by Wesley, who is here, just there, from Joanne. So I'm going to pick some people around. And you go in, please introduce yourself around the camera. So I'm going to start with you because I haven't seen you for a really long time. So, who are you?
David Lenny Waweru,
Yes.
coffee farmer, electronic music producer.
Thank you. That's it. And you're doing like baobab
I'm doing
juice,
also like
coffee.
baobab powder,
Yes.
baobab products, basically like organic products, aloe vera cosmetics. Yeah, like, I'm making music
My
from the
best friend is
plants.
from Kenya.
Yes, and really cool music. Thank you. So here
And I'm
we
telling you
have
something, she's always like,
Bijou. No, but I wanted to do the whole introduction, Bijou. I will have to do this a Bijou, yes. So,
100 grams.
Bijou is the most enthusiastic coffee curious and coffee professional. We can't say semi-professional if he's not, coffee is not in his work, but he's really passionate about it.
You'll
Yeah.
be able to.
And also I'm working towards ensuring the uninsured in farming, especially coffee is my next project.
Yes. Good luck. We will do this. So we have also Alice here. So Alice now is traveling the farms. Yes. So
My name is Alice Wanjiru. I train in green coffee, sensory and roasting. I'm also a coffee trainer, barista trainer. Having loads of fun learning every single day here at Mama Kahawa.
thank you. So here we have the beautiful face of Terani Mocha, but we're going to talk to the face behind the camera at Terani Mocha. Luvi.
Hi, my name is Luvi from Terani Mocha, the founder of Terani Mocha, and we specialize in nano lots, micro lots coffees directly sourced from Kenyan farmers.
Yes, so please follow them because their books are absolutely amazing. Okay.